I'm not going to go shoot up East Haven, even though some of my friends wanted me to, right? And sure enough, another name that we don't know, Victoria Cooper, born in 1958, died in 1999, less than 2 years after Malik in North Branford. Nobody knows her name. What happened to Victoria Cooper? A traffic stop, North Branford police. Her boyfriend got out and ran. Victoria slid over into the driver's seat and started driving. The officer claimed that he felt his life was in danger. But similar to Malik, she was shot from the side. Only this was one shot and it killed her. Nobody talks about Victoria. But my point here is that if you allow this kind of thing in one part of the community, particularly by the police, sooner or later it's going to come back to bite you. And within 2 years, what goes around comes around. So this is a picture of Malik, and he was on the cover of Rising magazine. It's an article I talked about. And it was 20 years ago, on April 14th. He was killed at the end of a traffic stop at by East State police officer. He chased Malik from one jurisdiction into another jurisdiction behind a traffic stop, a broken tail light, something like this, right? And he killed him not far from here. It's not a 3-minute drive. So what should we do about this to wrap up? You can say, I have no problem with Black Lives Matter, right? But it shouldn't be by itself. We need a new BLM movement along with Black Lives Matter. How about be like Martin Luther King, BLM, right? A moral exemplar for all of us. Or how about be like Mary, the mother of Jesus, a moral exemplar for all of us for several reasons. But something that many non-Muslims don't know is that Mary is very important to Muslims. There's a chapter in the Quran, very few chapters in the Quran are named after anybody, right? There are very few named after anybody. There's a chapter named after Mary, the mother of Jesus. And Ali Imran, which is the 3rd chapter of the Quran, is about her family. I think that makes it very important, right? So be like Mary, who was a young woman who took a lot of stuff from the people around her, but still stood up for God. You get it? She witnessed for God. Or, as I told my Muslim friends, be like Muhammad. And what do I mean wrapping up? Number 1, be angry yet aspirational. There's no problem with our expression. We should be angry. We should be outraged at the wrong, particularly Martin and Prophet Muhammad, and even Mary, because when we see wrong, we should hate this. At least, there's a tradition in Muslims, we should at least hate it in our hearts. That's the minimum we should do, right? So we should be angry yet aspirational. When Malik was killed, I was angry. So angry that I couldn't even speak publicly for 2 months, because the only thing that would come out were angry words. But yet, I remembered a tradition of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is that patience is at the beginning of calamity, the meaning of which. And that kept ringing in my head, even though I'm also a prison chaplain. I've been doing that since 1980. And I've been teaching people to be patient in the face of adversity. How could I not be patient in the face of adversity? But there's no pain like the pain of burying one of your children. I don't wish this on anybody in here. It's very painful. I was thinking about it driving up here, and my heart, 20 years later, still aches. But we loved each other very much. And at 21 years old, he was gone. My belief is that race had something to do with it, but I don't know exactly what, because you know about implicit bias and all this kind of stuff. It had something to do with it, because I don't believe that had he been white, that he would have been treated the same way. All we have to do is look at the heroin epidemic in the United States right now. 50 years ago, we had a heroin epidemic in the African American community, and that ended up with mass incarceration.